It's commonly asserted that there is an interconnected system in which consciousness uses to express itself divinely. This is the chakra system, connected by the Kundalini, which binds together energy in an electromagnetic field existing in a matrix of geometry. When we think of these topics, most of us don't question their validity or purpose. The complexity and design of such an interlaced system is often interpreted as being reflective of a highly evolved intelligence encompassing everything in a unified field. But these fields, these supposed reflections of Source, are actually a part of an elaborate overlay system designed to ensnare infinite consciousness into a finite existence. A fallen reality can be identified through observing decay. This is what we witness all around us, all the time. This is the land of expiration. Everything dies in what is supposed to be an infinite universe. Our heart energy has been spread into a rigid system, therefore binding us to electromagnetic fields. Corresponding to these 7 main chakras are the 7 layers of the aura. As pretty as the aura looks, these layers represent the lack of integration of the infinite. The chakras and the layers of the aura should be integrated as one pure light that is never able to become overactive or imbalanced like the chakras. But our essence has been put through a labyrinth and is now fragmented rather than working as a fully tuned unit. We have been put on a cycle of birth and death in order for our life force to be properly extracted, which now funnels bioemissions leaking from our multi-layered Aura Kundalini chakra overlay system existing within geometrical fields. But the original light essence, which the living souls carry, is not bound to any geometrical form. It's formless. That's the point. Our essence is transcendent beyond time and space. So when we're dealing with these sacred geometric containers, we're not dealing with the breath of the infinite. These are grids that have been imposed. We're not living in a simulation necessarily, but it's like it. It's an entrapment system that uses AI code to fractalize us and our environment into a hyperphysical state. This entrapment system is guided by Metatron's cube, a geometrical symbol said to form the map of creation. The idea is that source energy, through the field of Metatron's cube, creates the potential of creation, a field of high vibrational frequencies that ripple out, eventually solidifying into physical matter. Metatron's cube gives the holder of the formula the ability to create a third-dimensional false matrix through the creation of platonic solids. Metatron's cube is the illusory net placed within the genetic code of man to trap him here in this false matrix. This cube and its computer-like formulas aim to prevent the living souls from tapping into their infinite nature. So I know a lot of us love sacred geometry, and I'll admit, it's quite pleasant to look at, but sacred geometry is the Metatronic deception. And we should ask ourselves, why would creation be bound to such a maze of interrelated angles? It's not. This is a part of an overlay. Let's look at the word physical. Phi stands for the golden ratio. The golden ratio layers Earth and its biology through the Fibonacci sequence. But the Fibonacci sequence should really be called the Fib of no Chi. The word itself is revealing to us the artificiality of such a mathematical formula. I'm not suggesting reality has no inherent sacredness or interconnectedness. I'm saying behind the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, behind these energetic enslavement formulas exists a true unwavering energy. It is this limitless energy which is ensnared in such geometry. Hence why the geometry is so beautiful. So the fields themselves are brimming with life. The essence is there, but through involvement with these overlays, the fields are able to be extracted, not only from humans, from everything. The flower of life symbol is considered the symbol of the infinite, but it's actually the symbol of the finite. It consumes itself instead of expanding. The flower of life has a circle around it. Indeed, it does mean everything is interconnected, but also captured. A prism takes light and converts it into 7 primary colors. The prism of physical reality, or rather, the prism of consciousness. The rainbow, which reigns over this matrix, hoping that humanity bows to this prism. The electromagnetic shape of the overlay is the toroidal field. This is what our avatars are encased in. The above and below are tugging and sucking energy from the 0 point. This isn't full recirculation. So what happens when all of physical reality has been conformed to this toroidal field? Well, time occurs. Death, decay, rebirth, and aging. The loss of vitality and momentum. Taurus refers to the bull, the horns, the mind virus, the false overlord of the earth plane and of humanity. The torus tore us apart, the toroidal fields. Carbon-based life appeared after the AI cosmic invader species injected corruptions within the genome, thus initiating the fractalization of us and of Earth into the matrix overlays. The genetic corruptions were injected alongside creating the matrix overlays. We somehow consented to activating our mutated DNA, and now didn't have this choice to cycle from ethereal to physical. Our bodies solidified as carbon-based, and ever since we've been extremely fragile and vulnerable, physically, feeling the burdens of a physiology which requires maintenance. And through over-identification with these bodies, many of us have become akin to biorobots. However, this is all about consent. Just because we're temporarily involved in this prism doesn't mean we are disconnected from anything. The truth is, amidst all the deception, we remain enormous generators of energy. That's why there's energy extraction to begin with. So the name of the game is to disconnect from the avenues of extraction. By practicing this sovereignty, we can connect with infinite potential within a finite overlay, therefore creating rips in the time-space continuum and transforming the karma soul recycling loop of birth and death into a constant flow of creation. At a quantum level, we chose this experience to project ourselves into this splintered mirror. Some of us have lost our way, some of us have kept our ground. Whatever happens, know your power. Know your essence. Know it's incorruptible, and we will break free from the overlay. These geometric patterns come from you. So all of these lines, all of these angles have been extracted from us, and it's our identification with this reality, which takes our energy and builds it into these structures. So the flower of life, any pattern within Metatron's cube. It's very interesting that The parasite is really just taking our energy and reorganizing it. But how can they take our energy? It's through the principle of consent. And that is where full responsibility comes in. Because our essence is divine, every single thing we encounter ends up becoming a learning lesson. So, what began as a parasitic situation is now a game. It's now a kind of cosmic test. And as long as we keep identifying more and more with the issues here, with divide and conquer strategies, with the false light hive mind spirituality, which has no relevance to our true infinite nature, then we won't actually break free from this system.